Now in my hand here, I've got a brand new ECU direct from Audi for the RS6. And in today's video, we're gonna find out if I've lucked out or my luck's run out. In the last video, I took a massive gamble on this Audi RS6 C7 from 2016. It looks in near perfect condition, it's stolen recovered, it doesn't look damaged, and it's just got the ECU missing. But I did try my very best to damage it first. And once I got it back, I found that there was a hamster in the boot and a load of weed. But I bought a second-hand ECU, plugged it in, and tried to see if the car would start. Yes, come on! So the car started, but it would not run due to immobilizer problems. I tried my best to code a second-hand ECU to the car, but because the chassis number inside the ECU is different to the car's, Audi wouldn't do it, and it was basically bricked. So my option was to buy a new one and see if that solves my problems. And if this all goes well, you're going to be able to win this RS6 on Compete for Cars for just £2.99. And if you look on there as well, there's also a Lamborghini Huracan on there. But I'm going to talk to you about that at the end of the video. Now, as you've just heard, the ECU, the second-hand one, did not work. So, because the price, I know everyone did say that I could get that old ECU probably recoded. The fact that this was nowhere near as expensive as I thought it was going to be just made sense, because it just looks good for the history of the car. The car's immaculate, and it would just look good having a brand new ECU, completely factory coded, obviously assuming it is going to fix the problem. So I'm just going to remove that old one there, just going to plug the new one in, and we're going to just start the computer straight up and start adapting, immobilizing, and getting this running. When I ordered the brand new ECU, I had to sign a form to say that I couldn't return it. And that is because the factory imprint my RS6's VIN number into the new ECU, so it would be able to plug into the vehicle and I'd be able to code it. And that is where the problem with the second-hand one was, because it didn't have the right VIN number. So once I plugged it in, it was actually fairly straightforward. I just had to do a software version management SVM update. It basically talks to the servers in Germany, and the servers in Germany will tell my computer exactly all the control modules this car has and the correct coding for all the control modules. And that is how it then codes the ECU to match it to the car completely. A mobilizer as well to adapt the keys to the car, so then it will start and run. Right, moment of truth. This is what you got to do when you're working on your own, look. I've had to get some number plate sticky tape and stick it to where the immobilizer would be so I could code the key on my own. Oh, yes. It runs. I kind of knew it would. That's a lie. I didn't know it would, but obviously we knew it started and then cut out, immobilizer problem. It sounded fine then. Oh. I got a TPMS fault and it doesn't rev at all. I'm jabbing my foot on the throttle and nothing at all. And now I've got an EPC light come up. Give me 5. Right, so I was trying to code I was trying to do a throttle adaptation, because it says I need to do a gearbox and engine mount adaptation and a throttle adaptation when you change the ECU. So I've done the engine mount adaptation fine. When I tried to do the throttle adaptation, it kept saying that it needs to clear the codes in the ECU before it would do it, and it wouldn't clear the codes. Now the only code that I could see was the fact that the throttle valve hadn't been coded. But then when I started it, turned it back off and on again, it would then come back with another code of engine control module coded incorrectly. Now, I've just gone back into an SVM look and done the SVM again. Bearing in mind, I've already done it once, coded it, all good. And it come back and said that my ECU was coded wrong. And for some reason, I don't know, it done it the first time and then come back and said, no, it's wrong, it needs to be done again. So I've just coded it again, and now it looks like all my codes have gone. So if I just cancel this, I do have a fault with the TPMS, and it says front right. I think it's the front right sensor that's the problem. So if I just come back out of this, it's going to clear them all down. Oh no, I need to check the ignition on. Right, so it's now going to reread them. And it's going to come back and say... Right, there we go, look. The only fault I've got is TPMS now. TPMS, no basic setting. That's it. It will let me start it now and rev it. Aha! Yes, we have revs. Beautiful. Right. I think we are... Sorry, the first thing I'm trying to do is trying to find dynamic mode because the exhaust valves are shut. Where is it on this? Can't remember. Oh yes. Oh. Yes, very happy. Car runs, seems to be okay apart from a TPMS fault, which we will fix. That doesn't sound too difficult. Just really, actually no, I need to see if it drives. Obviously I know it runs, there's no faults in the gearbox, but that doesn't mean to say that it's not broken. So let me just clear up all the mess I've got in the front here. And let's go for a little drive. Right. First of all, I haven't been punched, I've just got a sty in my eye. And that's probably from the stress of the Macan engine. So if you haven't seen the Macan engine, go click in the top right hand corner and go watch that. Right, I've just put plates on front and rear. I've just taxed it, insured. We are good to go. So I know the car starts. Ooh, electronic steering wheel. But I don't know if it drives. Should do. It drives. Now, I have spoken to the previous owner of this car. They got in touch with me on Instagram, so I actually know the full story of what happened with this car, and I'm going to talk to you about it in a second after I've just done a couple of miles, so I know that... Oh, first of all, I heard a bit of a twang there, near side rear. Oh yeah, we definitely got an issue near side rear. I'm going to see if there's any other issues, and then I'm going to explain to you the whole story about this car. Let's just get into 7th gear. Actually, I think this has got 8. Right, up to speed limit. That was nice and uneventful. Is it pulling? No. Steering good. I can't hit any other knocks and bangs, just that twang from the near side rear going over that speed bump. It seems to be okay. So yeah, we're in 8th gear now, so we seem to be good. No, car seems spot on so far. So what happened with this car? The story is it got stolen from the previous owner's garage, so they actually broke in, and he doesn't know whether it was targeted or just pure luck, because obviously you can't see the car from the road. It was in a garage and it got stolen. It was stolen for only 3 days and obviously used for whatever in those 3 days. Now, the interesting part is why it's obviously ended up at Copart. And we know because the ECU was missing. Why was the ECU missing? So I think this had a bit of heat on social media about it going missing, and I think there are various people looking for the car because obviously it's hot, stolen, and the thieves I think caught hold of this and moved the car from where they originally put it and then put it somewhere else and took the ECU out of the car as a preventative for it being stolen from them. So that was what my theory was, and that turned out to be bang on. That is exactly what happened. So the car has, I think it has a tracker, or it did have a tracker, and the car was found, but obviously had to be recovered because the ECU was missing. That's just a fuel line. And it goes back to the insurance company, and the insurance company have gone, right, we're going to get a £3,000 bill, possibly more, for an ECU to be fitted and coded, and the engine might be knackered. We don't know. So the insurance company did not want to take a risk of spending £3,000 on the car and then still having to pay out for insurance because the car's basically written off. So they made the decision that no, we'll just send it to auction and pay out on this claim. So it's unrecorded for that reason, because it's not like there's a fault with the car. They just didn't want to take the risk, and that's essentially why it ended up going to Copart. So massive thank you to the previous owner for getting in touch there and just providing that bit of insight. It's actually pretty good to know the story of what happened to the car, and we now know there's no foul play. The ECU was removed just because it had been stolen, and the thieves didn't want it stolen from them. So, and as we can see, it's new ECU, put it on, engine runs absolutely perfectly, we're up to temperature now, gearbox is all working good, and there's no noises apart from a clunk on the near side rear. Now the owner did say he sometimes did hear a slight knocking from the offside front, which, near side rear, I haven't heard anything on the near side offside front yet, so when we get back from this road test I will put it in the workshop, and we'll get up on the ramp and have a look and see what other issues we can find. I have ordered a spare key. That will be here next week. I've ordered a tow and eye cover. That was on back order, but that will be here Wednesday. I've ordered a brake light, and I've also ordered where I tried to write the car off myself, that air guide that sits under the front bumper. I've ordered that, and I've actually already got that, so we'll fit that in a moment as well. We're up to temp now, so let's stick it in dynamic. And also the previous owner did say he fitted some resonator deletes as well, so it should sound pretty good. Rear window every time. Right. Oh, it does sound nice actually. It's a little bit quieter than the RS7 I did. Obviously it's a stock downpipe, so it does sound nice though. Oh, they just sound so good. 4 litre twin turbo V8s. If this had, my dad had an RS6 exactly like this back in 2015, and I fitted a Miltech catback on it, and that was just an absolute animal. But even this with just the mid pipes or the resonator deletes, sounds perfect. Sounds really good. No, it drives really good, pulls really hard. Don't know whether it's been remapped. It feels pretty quick, because I believe this should only be 560 PS. Oh, love that rumble. Right, I'm just going to put my foot down here for a second, I think, and we'll see if I think it's mapped. Right. Let's go manual. No, I don't think it's mapped. I think that's standard. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still 560 horsepower, so it's still rapid, but I don't think it's... it is still rapid, but I don't think it's mapped. I think it is 560 horsepower. Which is of course... What am I talking about? Of course it's not remapped. I've just put a brand new ECU on it. Yeah. Ignore my stupidity there. That was just me not even thinking about the fact that it can't possibly be remapped. For the previous owner, it didn't say it was mapped either previously. I mean, at least my bum dyno works. But no, this feels perfect. I love RS6s. I love RS7s. I do not love the near side rear. I have a feeling it's a broken coil spring, because it sounds like a broken coil spring, and it sounded like I just bottomed out there on the near side rear. So heated seat works as well, because I'm roasting. All in all, really happy with this first drive, apart from the twang. So it's going to get back to the workshop now. We'll get it up on the ramp and we'll see how it is underneath and look at that near side rear. But let's first of all just pull it out of this junction. Now, I did see on the dash that my high-level brake light was inoperative, and in the last clip, you can see that it doesn't work. So I did preempt and order a new one, so we need to look into that as well. So let's have a quick look under the car, and I have seen already the reason for that clanking near side rear, and yet again, it is down to Copart forklifts, but we'll get there in a second. First thing to note is I have more damage underneath here, which I have seen, which is this trim here, which is the under tray for the front. So I'm gonna have to replace that as well. I've already got a brand new one. I've already requested it, so that should be in a couple of days. But the rest of the car, I mean, it has had a recent MOT. This has had no advisories in its life, remember, and it looks pretty good. It's 9 years old. It's got some resonator deletes in the back here, but otherwise it's as you would really expect a 9-year-old car with 60,000 miles to be. So really happy with that. No oil leaks or anything like that. But the reason for the near side rear, and looking back, I should have probably put it on the ramp before I road tested it, because I've got away with one here. The spring is not in its seat. It is off its seat, as you can see quite clearly. Look, it should be in there, just like this one. And what's happened here is the Copart forklifts have picked it up, and as they've gone under the car, they've jabbed their forks into there and just pushed the spring off, and now it's sat here, which is what you can see. So it's just them just not being careful once again, and damaging cars once again. Now luckily these two stone guards here, I have ordered new ones of those as well. They're only 25 quid each, so we're going to get nice new rubbers and a metal plate here as well. So I've ordered the one this side as well, because they've also damaged that one. So that's not a big job, just need to obviously take the wheels off, clamp the springs, put new stone guards in there, and then put the springs back on. So the spring isn't damaged otherwise, so that is our noise on the near side rear. And otherwise, yeah, it's all good. It's spot on, and it's what you'd want a 9-year-old RS6 to look like. So yeah, as I say, happy with the underneath of that. New under tray ordered, 2 new rear stone guards ordered, and that's the underneath done. So I'm going to drop it down now. I've got my rear high-level brake light. I'm going to fit that. So I've got my new high-level brake light here, and it clips under the spoiler and is bolted on with 3 bolts. So I need to remove this trim here, but to remove this trim, I've got to remove the main trim, which is a bit annoying. So I'm just going to do that now, pull that out, and hopefully this won't be too difficult. He says. Now, I always hate taking off boot trims because they're mostly held in with clips, and you've just got to pull the thing down, and it just sounds like you're breaking it. Horrid. Horrible, horrible. And the mad thing is, I haven't damaged it at all. I've taken it off as well as you can do, but it just sounds horrific. Oh. That's weird. So I don't need a high-level brake light. It's been cut. But that's really weird, because that has never been taken off, these covers. And I know that because of the bolts. The bolts were brand new. They didn't have any marks in them at all, which you would get when bolts are undone before. Plus the fact that all them little rubber trim. That's weird. And also there's no reason why you would take the boot line, the boot cover off, to cut a wire for the high-level brake light. That makes no sense. Now it actually looks like you've got to remove the spoiler to remove the brake light. So luckily it's pretty straightforward, this one. Saved myself 60 quid on a high level brake light. Just needed to repair the 2 wires going to the brake light and then just put the whole thing back together. Use my phone. Beautiful. So I've just put all the boot trims back together. So that is now all done. And there's now nothing really more I can do. Right, now we've looked over the car completely. I know what my total bill is going to be. So we've got the ECU here, and we've got a toe-in eye cover. We've got stone guards ×2. Thanks, Copart. We've also got a spare key and another loud plane. Helicopter. Is that it? Under tray. I think that's it. The high level brake light's going back. I don't need that. And a battery. Right, so the toe and eye cover will be here on Wednesday. It was on back order. That was, believe it or not, 55 quid, which is absolutely bloody ridiculous. In fact, I'm going to have to go and buy some Sapan glue, spray paint and paint it, so we'll call that 70 quid. The 2 stone guards are £35 for the pair, which is a result. Key, £240. I just need to code it when it gets here. Under tray, £120. Plus actually that other, the air guide that I broke, and that was 45. So 165, and the battery 120. So the total 26,080, and that's the total spend, which is considerably less than what it's worth. So that's all I can really do on the RS6. As I said, I've got those parts turning up early next week. None of those warrant filming a whole nother video on it, so I'll just do those in between rebuilding the engine on the Porsche. So it looks like on this one we have lucked out, but then again, you roll the dice, you win some and you lose some. So it is what it is, and yeah, as I said at the beginning of this video, guys, the RS6 is now live on Compete for Cars for just £2.99. I'm going to put the link in the description. Go grab your tickets, and there is a cash alternative of £26,080 if you wish to take that instead. Now, also, I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Hurricane is currently live on Compete for Cars as well. That runs to the 21st of December, so about 44 days from whenever I'm filming this. But please click on that and make sure you read the description and make sure you're happy with the competition description before you buy a ticket. Now, I'm going to put it up on the screen now, but basically, I don't think we'll sell enough tickets to warrant giving the Hurricane away. And I did a poll on Instagram saying this and said, shall I put it up anyway? And there'll be a cash alternative or cash equivalent of how many tickets we sell if we don't sell enough tickets, and 94% of people come back and said, yes, put it on. So it is currently on there. But if we don't sell enough tickets to give away the Hurricane, then there'll be a minimum of 7 cash prizes relative to the amount of tickets sold just before Christmas. So I thought, yeah, it'd be pretty cool just for like a couple of days before Christmas. We've got a minimum of 7 people that are going to win a lump sum of cash, and then they've got a couple of days before Christmas Day to go and spend that money. So yeah, click the link in the description. Make sure you're happy with that for entering the competition on the Hurricane. I've got too many auctions in my head. And good luck with the RS6. And on the next video, guys, we are back on the Macan rebuilding the engine. So I'll see you next week, and have a good week. Cheers, guys.